Disconnecting. Hey folks, welcome to the video, and I am talking to the amazing Eloise Burton today, the Money Alchemist. And Eloise is one of our resident expert coaches for the Amplify You Academy, and she's going to be sharing her amazing insights and genius on the forthcoming Amplify You Summit. Eloise, Lou, I know Lou. I know Eloise is Lou, so that's what we're going to call her. And we're going to talk today about what you can expect in the summit with the Money Alchemist. Lou,
Yeah.
What's Money Alchemy all about?
Money alchemy is an amazing process. It's a cycle, and many of us are taught, first of all, that money isn't good. And money alchemy flips that on its head by saying, what if money is good? What if money can help us do bigger things? What if the reason we haven't got money is because we are holding it away from ourselves? And what would happen if we didn't do that anymore? So very simple, it's a three-step cycle. We reveal our relationship with money. We heal it using a range of healing techniques, and then we transform. But transformation never happens just once. We go again and again and again, because this journey, like any type of development, is ongoing and lifelong. But when you apply the principles of money alchemy, it feels like magic. I mean, it's like, oh my God, like instantly you get a lift in how you feel about money. And then very shortly after that, it starts to come towards you in very strange and interesting ways. So yeah, it's a process of revealing, healing, and transforming over and over again.
And listen, I can be testament to that because I've worked with Lou, and that word you used just now, it's the feeling of your relationship with money. That has been absolutely what has happened on my journey. How we feel about money. It's not how we just think about it, how we relate it. It's that actual feeling, that embodying of our relationship with money.
And many of us aren't even aware that we've got a relationship with money. We're that disconnected from it, aren't we?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. It was kind of, I think, from my experience, it was something that others had, it was something that I was just not born with. And money was hard work all the time. And yeah, it comes to us in so many different ways, doesn't it? Once we work on those inner programs, if you like.
Yeah, once we shift out of like an avoidant relationship, we start to notice that perhaps we are in a unhealthy or even toxic relationship with money. And when you look at how we are in other relationships, you can actually see this, this playing out. Like if we're bad mouthing money, it's like we've got an unhealthy relationship with a partner and we're bad mouthing them all the time. It doesn't make them feel like they want to be with you. Just like money, like what you put out is what you get back. And money responds really fast. And the great thing about money is you don't have to beg for forgiveness like you do with people in relationships. She comes in on the same vibration as angels, the vibration of love. And that's what you feel when you really connect with her, isn't it? You're just like, oh my goodness, like my heart is opening. And then it's not even just the money that improves. You improve your relationship with yourself. And something that I'm known for saying is your relationship with money is a mirror to your relationship with yourself. And when people are first working with me, they're like, I don't really get that. But then all of a sudden, they're like, oh, I don't treat money very well. And I don't treat myself very well. So it's constantly reflecting those two relationships at you. And the great news is you can work on money and your relationship with yourself improves. And if you work on yourself, your relationship with money improves. So you can come at it from both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah, amazing. Because I think a lot of people also don't really understand that they don't have good relationships with themselves. You know, the inner talk, those deep inner feelings that we just become kind of habitual about.
Absolutely.
And we become accepting of, and it becomes our norm.
And we think we are our mind. We think we are the same thing, but actually our actual like higher self is not in our mind. That's the ego. And understanding that, we absolutely need an ego. The goal is not to retire your ego. My goodness, that would be very dangerous for us. But it'd be very dangerous for us in this three-dimensional world. It would be very dangerous for us. But like, we can choose to wait and hear a different voice. And the voice that I talk to is my higher self. And money comes to me through that higher voice. And the universe comes to me through that higher self voice. And all the things, like if I'm confused or stuck, I ask for the higher self voice. And I read a book, I can't remember who wrote it, but basically the ego speaks first, it speaks loudest, and it's always wrong. And when we can understand that and accept it without criticism, we can tune into that voice that's actually doing us good, the gentle voice, the whispers, the signs from the universe that we often dismiss as coincidence. That's the softer voice of the higher self. And that's how we can build a relationship with money. It's a faith. It's a faith. It's not a religion. It's a faith. Yeah. And it's that conversing with something other than your mind, which you are not.
100%. And, you know, I think that understanding that money is not something that you have to work harder for, you have to force, you have to lie, cheat, you know, that has been my kind of awakening, that actually, you know, you do that inner work and learn to understand it, appreciate it, and see it,
and receive it,
and receive it, and see it takes on a different connotation, it takes on a different relationship. So Lou, what are people going to get in the online summit? Because you're going to do a masterclass.
Yes.
And what are they going to get from that masterclass?
So in the Summit Masterclass, I am going to be talking about something called the 5 Money Magic Foundations. These are things that you can do to occupy your ego and connect with abundance out in the ether and bring it towards you. They are fantastic for curing worry about money. They're fantastic for curing fear about money. The only thing that you have to do to make them work is to do them. If you don't do them, they're not going to work. And there's 5 of them. And they all work on different parts of the principle of money being a relationship. And I'm really excited. It's one of my most favorite things to offer as a training, because when people start doing them, things shift fast. They start, this crazy thing happens. They start having fun in their relationship with money. They start getting their kids involved and having positive conversations about money. They start identifying where they are completely unconscious that they are bad-mouthing money and therefore pushing money away. And they start changing that. They even start to make space for money in their lives, which is such a fun and fabulous thing to do. Like, it's really, I'd say it's impossible to do them and not feel good about money.
Yeah. And the impact has been huge. Well, it's been big on me, because my whole way I think about money has completely shifted. The self-worth, the understanding. What has been the big impacts of embracing this new relationship with money for you or any of your clients?
Well, for me, it's been transformational. I had a very toxic relationship with money. I got myself £100,000 in credit card debt, had a house repossessed. At one point, I had 3 jobs, and I've never been so broke in my life. Every time I got money, something would happen, like I'd bump my car and it would take that exact amount of money away from me. And now, you know, money flows in every single day. Sometimes it's only a couple of pounds, sometimes it's a couple of thousand and everything in between. But I've got this process working now so that money comes in every day. And so all I now need to do is work on increasing the amount that comes in. So, you know, I've gone from living in a 2-bedroom house, not having enough money at the end of the month, to living in a lovely 4-bedroom house and having an excess of money, an abundance of money. Not as much abundance as I want, and I'm working on that.
You can always amplify, can't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We can always amplify that. But one of my clients, Ali, she came to me and she had about £24,000 worth of debt. And she was really worried because she was coming up to retirement age. And all she wanted to do was pay off her debt. And she also shared with me that she wanted to buy a house and she felt like that was never going to happen for her because she'd left it too late. She was in her 60s, that type of thing. She was struggling in her therapy business. And within 6 weeks, she had 6 weeks of working with me. She had paid off her debt. She couldn't believe it. She was like, I thought that was going to take me like 30 years. And I did it in 6 weeks. And next week, she is moving into her house that she's bought. And so that the paying off the debt happened within 6 weeks, and the buying of the house happened within 2.5 years for her. But that was not even on her, it wasn't even in her realms of possibility when she came to me. And her practice is full to the point that she has to either turn people away or increase her prices incrementally. And this is all testament to her doing the money alchemy work, to having a beautiful relationship with money. But also, it's important to acknowledge we don't need to be perfect in our relationship with money, or any relationship for that matter. So I've made mistakes. Even now I make mistakes. Ali made mistakes. She fell off the bus, as I call it, and she jumped back on as soon as she recognized it, just like I do. And so it's not about being perfect. It's not about, it's not about it is about being disciplined, but it's not about like beating yourself up on the days that you don't do it. It's just making sure you do it more than you don't do it. So it's a very magical process that doesn't allow you to beat yourself up. In fact, the opposite is true. Money alchemy contains a lot of self-forgiveness, which may trigger some people, but it's a very powerful tool for healing your relationship with yourself and therefore money.
I'm excited.
Yay, me too. Yeah. I'm always excited about money alchemy.
Yeah. Liz, thank you. If you're watching this, 16th of October, live, Amplify You Online Summit. If you've got issues with your wealth, you want to amplify your wealth, you want a proven, simple strategy pathway, come and join us, because I guarantee you're going to be absolutely blown away. And come and listen. Just come and listen and find out all about how to amplify your wealth with Eloise Burton, the Money Alchemist. Eloise is also an author, a best-selling author.
Yeah.
And her masterclass is also going to be in the Amplify You Academy. So thanks for watching. Eloise, thank you so much. And we'll catch up with you on the summit.
Can't wait. See you there.